Oop. Well, guess what? It's time for another challenge, another project challenge to help you think outside the box and actually approach problems which exist out there so you can make realistic case studies and actually learn something from it. Anyhow, today I'm going to give you not just one challenge brief, I'm going to give you 4 videos in total, meaning in just the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to receive a specific experience, and I get a video on the actual feedback from the user for a specific product. And then you're going to get more in-depth video where you can observe the user doing the actual day-to-day scenarios. And drum roll, the topic of the challenge is going to be to improve specifically Tesla's UX. So as per usual, we're going to base this challenge on something, right? There is a problem. But what I'm going to use as a primary example is this study. I guess it's very simple, actually. Like there is just, some researchers came together and said, let's just capture how users would actually use the different things and kind of try to, do the same with the buttons versus the touch screen and kind of capture those variables. You can read about that. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but ultimately the cars which had the tablets on wheels underperformed because it takes longer time to actually find what you seek. And also you need to consider that people who drive have special needs. Doesn't matter who you are. It could be, on a spectrum of like very small needs to very big needs, but ultimately if your attention has to be focused on a road, so you keep your family or yourself safe, and you also have to have your hand on the wheel, and also now you're shifting your attention to the screen, you have issues. That's exactly what we're going to try to solve. But having said that, a good start would be to also pick who is this for, who you want to address. Again, I'm going to give you 3 specific videos from one specific user type who's also very tuned in into UX process and also is tech savvy. Perhaps you want to target someone who is just coming up or someone who is specific to specific demographic segment, which is maybe based on budget or things of that nature. So you can also read into it because there's a lot of insights online, a lot of reports. You just need to search. As with every challenge, I have a few steps which I would just propose you to think about. Again, it's up to you how you want to skin this. There is some, good ways to do this. There are some bad ways. You can look at it from a lot of different lenses. You can immediately jump into UI and craft the UI. But first and foremost, make sure to frame the problem. Like, what are you actually gonna address? Read those articles, read the reports. Is it a safety? Is it efficiency? Is your new experience gonna land somewhere here because it's here right now? So you're gonna push that and you're gonna use some sort of methods or new interventions. Think about that. Maybe there's something else and you're gonna create more variables which you wanna push that existing experience towards. Why not? Don't take this as a gospel. Make sure to think outside the box and maybe find even a different factor to consider so that your experience is gold, and maybe even look into what Tesla lacks. What else do they consider? Why are they so popular, or why they're being talked about so much? And now jumping into ethnography, and actually that supportive material and videos I mentioned at the beginning. In this challenge, we actually took it level up and we produced some of the material so you can get started. Because naturally, if I would just ask you, hey, go out and redesign a tablet on wheels that Tesla is right now, you would be like, I have no access to it. I could kind of go and watch videos YouTube, which you should, or like kind of observe some screenshots or ask some people, which again you should, but there wouldn't be that direct interaction between you as a researcher, as a strategist, a designer, and also the user. So we tried to bridge that gap. The videos themselves were produced by Kevin. He's a design strategist. He's an admin for the Design Squad community. So check him out. He's super tuned in and switched on. And he's very kind because he also not just offer you to observe how he uses those different aspects of a Tesla and how he drives it, what the issues is. He walks through so many different aspects of the things you can immediately improve, but he also offers to answer any questions you might have. Of course, be respectful, but if you want to get his insights, just connect with him on Design Squad community. You can also, on that note, team up with other people. So make sure to engage. It's going to be much easier, and also I'm going to simulate that real life scenario if you collaborate with others in the UX. He provides some of the UI examples which are present in the video, but this is much more higher fidelity, just in case you want to pick immediately the pixels and push them around. But I would kind of discourage you because there's a lot to consider before you do so. Because it could be that you're just going to remock the hardware. It could be that you you're just gonna create a service blueprint of a new service or customer experience, how customers would actually start with a car, or what do they do daily, what do you want to improve on that. And most importantly, you must understand and define who is this for. Is it Kevin, who is, tech and UX savvy? Is this the user you want to target, who's maybe early adopter, or maybe someone who was there from the beginning? Is it someone who is from other segments? Is it someone from your research, which you're gonna do alone? Maybe it's gonna be someone who has special needs, an accessibility candidate. Maybe it's a passenger experience. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna think about vision, ideal experience, immediate steps? Are you gonna do service design, customer experience? Are you gonna do just research, which is totally fine as well? Are you gonna use some sort of measures? I would recommend you to look at SUS score, which Kevin also highlights that it would be perfect because you can kind of benchmark where it's at experience-wise and then say, this is what we're actually improving over time, and this is the specific measure I'm giving them as UX expert. One way to do that. There's many more ways. I always recommend to start with a good hypothesis, because that's how you would operate in the professional world, where you would kind of say, we know this, therefore we could do this because that's a benefit which we could observe and test and learn from. But approach this as a project. Don't just mimic some steps because someone else did so. You can research, you can prototype, you can team up, you can take it as far as you want to take. Maybe it's an industrial design piece and you're gonna create some sort of CAD. Fine with us, just do that. And as per usual, I'm gonna review all the submissions live in a live stream here on YouTube, and I'm gonna give you my feedback, my comments. We can have a discussion, learn from each other, and take it a notch further. Maybe even share it with Elon Musk and make some positive changes happen. So, I have nothing else to add. Go and check those videos. I'm gonna leave here somewhere floating all the 3 parts. Make sure to immerse yourself into this and make something awesome happen. Let's make a magical experience out of this tablet on wheels.